I wanted to see how long I could go, but I was like, this could go for a while. I hope the vibes are treating you right. It's your Amity here tonight. Woo! I got mwata. I got some yummy in my tummy. I'm feeling good. How's everyone doing? I'm ready for some ace returning. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da. Get some wires. Once again, it's time for our favorite ghost is to defend her thighs to prosecute Riot in the court of law. Yeah! I'm not the one on trial, dang it! We're helping our fellow countryman, man with a mustache. We don't have a mustache. Wait, do I have a mustache? I don't have any mustaches, do I? I don't have any mustaches in my pickle truck over here. Me? War crimes? Not this time. Wasn't me. Not this time. No. You are mistaken. You are mistaken. Not me. I don't know who. I don't know who coulda. I don't know her. Anyway. Oh, I'm giggly. I'm feeling giggly. I got like a little bit of Mountain Dew left because I've been chugging Mountain Dew all day. Probably why I was really not feeling okay earlier, and now I'm full of energy. Woo! Moral of the story, guys, if you feel bad, just drink a lot of Mountain Dew. For legal reasons, I have to say that is a joke. Nom. It's definitely not Amity's fault this time, I think. Yeah, you know it's not my fault. Not my fault this time. Didn't do it. Not me. We're the defense lawyer, remember? We're the good guys. Probably. You know, just ignore the last case. Just ignore the last case. Y'all bye. Who's ready to head off to finish the investigation? To the gaming room. Haha! Oop. There we go. Oh, I gotta make sure. Hold on. I gotta adjust so that you guys can see my little lawyer thing. Hello, Grim! Hello! Boop! We're back in! Let's go! This is where we're at right now. I like that it shows you exactly where you're at. Which is cool. I like that. How's the volume, by the way? Let me know if it's not good. As we hop back into the adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. I wonder if that was like they translated it like that on purpose. Now I believe we finished investigating this room and now we are on the move. I don't remember what we were doing. I think we have to go back to Mr. Garrett. 19th of February, Mr. Garrett's room. Oh my god, I was right!
Ah, you pair again. Tell me, was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there?
Mr. Herlock Sholmes?
Yes, rings a vague bell. The detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid.
Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there.
Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan.
The trilogy and the grade A duology are on sale right now on Steam. Yeah, I already have the trilogy. I'm waiting for the next one. I'm so excited. Uh-oh, I know exactly what's gonna help me.
Why don't you tell him? For the umpteenth time, Moon, will you watch your body while going? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave, if you'd be so kind.
No, he's in particular, you want a bunch of shorts. I keep forgetting to post the lovely shorts that Techless has made for me, everyone. You may bonk me for my impudence. Oh yes, of course! We are deeply grateful for all your assistance.
Not at all, not at all. Then you make too much of a chance to talk with young foreigners like yourself. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out.
Goodbye, Mr. Moon Man and Cloud Lady. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrett is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. I'm going to examine and then this something happened here. Wait, no, it won't let me. Ooh, that looks like a Medal of Honor, and it's showcased in a very grand banner. Yes, it's displayed with some pride, I would say, although it bothers me that it's not straight.
What, that old thing?
Sorry?
I should be glad to see the back of it, but the General would turn his grave if I disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it. Keep the bloody thing out of my way.
So it's just been polished to shine by accident, I suppose. There appears to be some inscription on the medal itself. Look! Let me see. It says, for distinguished participation. Sounds like kinds of honors that even I could be in line for.
Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I was given up for my time in the army. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles.
Good to know. He's not much of a braggart, though he is putting up all his stuff. His sword kind of looks like it's been bumped off the wall. That uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it? It's clearly been well looked after, though.
That old thing! Pah! Oh, that's better than the rags, really.
Oh?
Well, that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know. But I'm not one for dwelling on the past, me. Would have gladly thrown it out, but you know how it is. Anyway, it doesn't hurt to have the old piece of memorabilia lying around, does it?
Oh, I see. Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. My theory here? Wait a second! I clicked on it by accident! What's he doing over there? Mr. Sholmes?
Ha-ha! We meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious, where did you sneak in here? Herlock Sholmes, sir, at your service. Whatever are you doing by the window? I'm given to watching this evening's sky as the sun sets, madam. It's sadly cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is. It lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Well,
Keeping an eye on one's windows at dusk is a prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering.
and one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, me?
That I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind.
Uh-oh. Oh, but... Wait, he's not talking about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Do you mean, Mr. Schultz?
There's a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes even see the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo.
I think so.
There's just enough time for one of my greatly admired great productions. Let us conclude the matter before dark.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Mr. Garrett, though it would seem you are a military man of considerable distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. I'm afraid, sir, that is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I've been able to draw careful observation of your living quarters. I beg your pardon? The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. Huh?
Uh-huh.
And the second is that the result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Mr. Naruhodo, look!
The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Hi, Shade! Unbelievable, it seems Mr. Shulm's conclusions are spot on.
Oh, how could you possibly? How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of the beasts.
I love his pizzazz.
And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Oh boy, here we go! The great deduction, the game is afoot. Topic 1, nature of the beast. Ho ho!
It certainly wouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage but late within these four walls.
As of late, sorry.
Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? For a man with military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your fervent glance, Mr. Garrett, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast is that another has run rampant and is revealed here, is revealed by that lion statue. Yet, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. The fact that you fueled your admiration for the mighty lion became the beast. What is this piffle what is this piffle, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped to India, which you tried to keep in this very house.
Oh, sorry, something caught my attention out in the attic.
Yet living with such wild beasts proved more difficult than you had imagined.
I wonder what he's gotten wrong here.
The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to, madam?
Oh!
Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is. Oh, your dress pocket gives us handsome clues to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising the circus show. Ah! Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garrison. As at Batty's circus.
Oh god, are we gonna have another circus case in these games?
A traveling show currently sojourning at a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I have made my point.
He's off the money with 2 points.
The face of beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion! And a simple visit to circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire.
He's dumb. A rampaging Asiatic lion. Topic 2. Aftermath.
Now, Mr. Garrison, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for the formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, a distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible.
He uses so many big words, my brain's working overdrive. I really hope the smoke I'm smelling is what's going on in my ears.
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you was clearly visible on your visage. Nonsense, man, I simply... But what we must ask ourselves is the true cause of this pain.
Oh, maybe they got like a thing going on.
You need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer.
Oh!
Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. Aha! For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on your financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable?
Oh!
The aftermath, which can clearly be seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I am afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes.
Ah! This guy's a little dumb. He's on the right track, but he's a little dumb.
There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an insatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said that by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks with the carpet are a perfect match with those of the lion I once saw in India.
My guy. My dude.
Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. What is the matter with you, Joe? Your poor exposing tea all over me! Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrett. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times, too.
Hello, Bola! What a deduction! Mr. Shum, sorry to butt in again, but can I make an observation?
Why, certainly, Miss Fanarudo. What is it again?
Doing good, we're solving mysteries! Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size?
Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense.
Definitely one of the deductions. I'd say more like delusions. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? Occam's razor, whatever the most simple explanation is generally the correct one.
But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrett and his maid would have been hurt, or worse. Nah, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast at that using that large cannon.
I thought you said they sold the lion to the circus!
And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe that I've ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. Now, my dear Mrs. Sato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. I love him, he's so dumb. Oh, what a glorious notion! Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again.
I had a feeling it was coming.
A light massage, that's all Mr. Schultz's deductions need. You can do it!
She's so supportive now!
Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo.
He trusts us too! I don't even know whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. I think I figured out what's happened in this room. At least, that's what I want to believe.
Let us start again. From the beginning. Of Sherlock Holmes' logic and reasoning spectacular.
The light massage. Slight and light. Hold it, Mr. Shones. Course correction. Topic 1. The nature of the beast.
It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has just been on a rampage late within these 4 walls. Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ah, poor man with military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Aye. Your fervent gaze, Mr. Garadeb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast has run rampant here. It's revealed by the lion statue.
I really didn't see the lion thing coming.
No, but if you observe Mr. Garadeb's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room.
Yes, something with a very fierce nature.
But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India.
So what was it then?
We must follow Mr. Garadeb's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer.
I think it was the mortar shells.
These are shells from the cannon, aren't they? What a
a strange place to keep them. I imagine they have some significance to Mr. Gyaradev from his time in the army. Of course! He mentioned a battle to us before, didn't he? Do you remember? He said that he'd shot in the knee. So he said that he'd been shot in the knee. Perhaps it was one of these that hit him. If around that side hit his knee, there'd be nothing left of it. Or Mr. Gyaradev, for that matter. That's true. Mr. Sholmes has a Persian slipper. And this man has spent shells. Perhaps it's customary in Britain to display rubbish on the mantelpiece. Let's present it. Mortar shells. The true identity of the beast that tore this room apart is these shells. With their butter wouldn't melt accomplice the cannon. But war is good for nothing. It brings only destruction, something we all must strive to understand.
What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion?
Oh, well, it's supposed to be a logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show.
This is my show, Mr. Naruhodo. Kindly perform any particular experiments on your own stage.
Sorry. Oh, I was wrong! Okay, let's try this again. What do we know with some certainty is some destructive creature had been working this room? Yes. And Mr. Gyaradev inadvertently looked in the direction of something that gives its identity away. Yes, if we investigate thoroughly enough, we ought to find the answer. What did Mr. Gyaradev turn to look at? It's somewhere. We simply need to find it. Oh, what's this? Maybe it's this. This is pretty particular. What is this photograph? It appears to be from Mr. Gyaradev's wedding. Oh my gosh, he's married to his maid! He looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but you can't make out his bride. No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply here. The glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all. But no amount of cracks could hide this woman's plump form. I think powerful would be kinder than plump, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, she certainly looks that. There's a lot of horsepower there. Not someone you want to upset, that's for sure. Oh, look! Have you noticed her wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it? Yes, that's an unusual design. It looks like some sort of embellished sunflower. She's a sunflower, not a cloud.
Take that!
Newlywed bride. There we go. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride.
Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit.
Okay, my thing's wrong. I was wrong.
Yes, this framed printed picture is your wife, Mr. Gyaradev. And while we lament on the fact her face is obscure,
we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain.
Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast.
Honored might be stretching the point. Unfortunately, Mr. Sholmes has never met a woman in his life, so he didn't see the photograph. He's very dumb.
Too late, the fact remains that the beast which so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. Gyaradev.
Gah! Oh, he got a big slap on the face! That's why he's turned.
The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. As we yet look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts.
It's gonna be on her finger! Poor fragile defenseless woman is beside herself. Well, I don't know about fragile. Oh, dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of Mrs. Garrett anywhere. But it seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garrett's wife could be. Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
Take that!
Take that! Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Ah!
Indeed it does. The flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrett's bride in this photographic print. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. No. You are Mr. Garrett's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Garrett herself.
Oh, I think I know why they're doing this ruse.
Oh my word! Well, surely fine detecting, sir.
I'm gonna make an assumption that they're doing this ruse because it's considered middle class and basic in this time to have at least one maid, but they can't afford a maid. So to make them look good, she plays the role of maid, but they're really poor, hence why their house isn't very good.
As you rightly surmise, this is my wife, yes, my Joan. Rather let herself go, you might have said. She's a boy.
Ah! Yeah, you don't comment on a lady's weight. She's so soft and cute looking.
It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms.
Tisk.
I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct?
I was right!
It's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London, one is rather judged.
Does this mean maids get paid? Why aren't I getting paid? I'm the housekeeper. I don't wear my uniform, so that's probably part of it. And I don't clean the house. I'm gonna have to renegotiate my contract.
A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are folly.
You mean Mr. Garrett has his wife work as his maid?
Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrett? Only in company, obviously, but listen here. We must remain a secret. Tip-top secret, please!
In conclusion, the raging wife of Mr. Garrett. Solved! Aftermath. Alright, let's get into it. So I have to put on the matrix. Maybe someday, maybe someday. Now,
Mr. Garrett, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that life position, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm.
He got smacked in the face. Mr. Sholmes is quite something, still calling Mr. Garrett's wife a beast.
Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable.
But Mrs. Garrett is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? I know, right? He's so rude. But this is like the second woman he's ever talked to.
Oh, how true!
I guess technically third. Maybe fourth if you do count, like, if you do count... Well, they're not really women, they're children. Iris and Pavlova are kids, so they don't know if they count as, like, women. Not yet, anyway. The only grown women he's ever talked to are Susato and Mrs. Gyarados. So perhaps that supporting arm seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Gyarados' pain is tangible, though. What would that pose of his really signify? Yeah, he got smacked.
Take that! Take that!
Slap cheek. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek.
And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade was you, Madam Joan Garadeb.
Oh, look at her eyes! She's so cute! Well, yes. I love how soft her face is. I love that. I'm sorry, it's just so cute.
You've been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir.
Ah!
Now, the blazes. Did you work that out, man?
Well, you kept your head turned the entire way.
Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow.
That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view.
Well, Now, let us proceed with the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Gyarados to fly into rage. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer.
Didn't Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for line fodder? Yes, but now we've established that the line never existed. Which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Gyarados' wife.
Mr. Naruhodo, she's a person, not a thing!
Yes, well, she's the person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face.
So, one so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact.
Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? Don't hit your spouse! Don't do that, ma'am. Look at him, he's skin and bones. You could have knocked his head off. I'd love to know the answer to that question. Let's see here. I want to inspect. Someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look. Uh-oh. Mr. Gyarados is clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh, no, it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Ryunosuke, here's the thing. Susato is the only woman, I think, that he's talked to, save for the witness of the perpetrator of the first case. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Oh! Lip marks with lipstick! Oh, passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Susato-san. Oh dear, I'm sorry. So this bookmark is actually a love note then. Love note. Yeah,
take that!
Yeah, bye! Yes, it's this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer.
Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note telling me certain Miss Mary is the fly in the ointment here.
I mean, oh, I got hit again!
But I don't know the bally woman.
I gotta take a quick sippy. delicious. I drank it all. It's gone. You don't know her?
That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there.
It was just in there, you say?
That's right, that's what I...
A likely story.
Now listen here, Joan, thing I explained at the time. I bought the book at the second-hand place, and that note must have already been in there.
So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean?
That's right, I've been...
A likely story!
For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you'd forgotten, is John!
A likely story?
Are you questioning my name now?
Oh, no, ma'am! And here we have it. Rouse the suspicions of a female heart, and you unleash a beast with most ferocious of bite. Oh, it's him. Now, in the final fit of rage, the ferocious beasts carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can clearly be seen by observing the carpets over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. It would have caused... what could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye set up upon the answer very neatly indeed. I think it's the candlestick. Yes, to explain the dire state of the cup, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. But surely Mr. Garrett didn't eat the carpet. No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray in this room is a result of her wild temper. No, that's true. So this is the last part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mrs. Garrett's thick gaze, and that will tell us the real answer. All right, so let's see what we can see. Yes! It's the candlestick.
Take that!
Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow. And of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of the ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured by are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks on the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Ah! Mrs. Garredeb's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face. Wow! But on the entire room, the force of a strike caused the candle to fall from a holder. And in seconds, the carpet was alight, and the whole corner of the room in flames. Yes, for the most ferocious beast in the world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and it ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. You see, there's but one conclusion here. Yes! Yeah! The sparks of marital discourse flew. This room was the scene of a fire. Ooh! Oh!
Mr. Sholmes, sir. I salute you!
Ooh! Aww! She caught him! guess he can stand. I mean, not for very long. Deduction complete. Elementary. Ah, it's so cool. It's stuff like that that makes me giddy.
It's these dashed long winter nights, you know, nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my novels there. And the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material.
I wouldn't say that's illicit necessarily, more kind of romantic. For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
Don't know about admonished, demolished. I'd be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly not.
Here we go again. And the carpet? Was that destroyed by the fire when the candle fell on the floor?
Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. No place filled with smoke, couldn't see a bully thing. I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames. You painted torrid pictures, sir. One that would have been most entertaining.
That's sympathy for you.
Didn't take long for the fight spread, of course. The bully furniture started going up as well. Tried to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being.
Over there, Mr. Gyarados?
Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me.
Oh my!
Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke.
Gosh.
Then the wife started hurling things at me.
What a terrible sight it must have been.
I was back up against the window under heavy fire. Incendiary books coming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride? Ah, yes, your notorious love of big cats is coming through again. I assure you the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest.
So the poor man literally did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage. Aww. Sad when you lose a good book. Well, let me just adjust. Wah! I have my knees up. So I gotta make sure I got my knees down, because it's making my butt hurt. There we are. Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again. It can only be described as a great British wonder.
I tell you, it was total carnage. Flames everywhere and the old stick in full battle.
Out of interest, what time of day was that?
Not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see. Around 5 o'clock, I think.
So at the exact same time as the terrifying incident was unfolding outside of your window on the street below.
Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you.
A woman got stabbed.
The whole of Blighty would have been flattened outside my window at that moment. It could have been flattened outside my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing.
Oh, really? So we have no witnesses. Mr. Sholmes?
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, what can I do for you?
Well, I think we've gotten to the bottom of Mr. Gyarados' situation now. But what does that have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances?
I can't help you there, I'm afraid.
What?
My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man had been hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be of relevance or not.
I just knew you were gonna say that!
Oh no, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of two categories, those relevant to the case and those not.
That makes no sense to me.
Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now.
Oh, I hit with a yawn! What? I can knock us on board! Yawns sneak up on me, there's no rhyme nor reason. I'm quite the opposite of bored right now, I'm so... Sorry?
Visiting hours at the prison will be over soon.
Oh no! So that time already?
If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have the official paperwork to attend to.
So that's it. No more time to think.
Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now. I must prepare supper for Mr. Gyarados.
Oh yes, sorry. Thank you both very much for your time. Now, there are 3 categories of item. Those relevant to the case, those are not. And the blue badger. What a deep cut! I would call that relevant to the case. Though you know who did make it relevant. God, I can't wait to play the trilogy again. I'm gonna do that on stream. I know I've already played through the whole trilogy. Well, except for the 3rd game. But I'm gonna do it anyway. After I'm done with these 2 games. Saseki-san will be waiting for us. And I'm going to have to give him an answer. Alright! Let's rumble. We're gonna take on his case. This isn't the prison. 19th of February, Briar Road.
It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. We must hurry back to the prison.
Yes, I know. Let's hail a cat. Oh. What's the matter? It looks like something's going on over in front of Mr. Gyarados' house. Uh-oh.
Huh? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayer.
Who you calling an old man, you rum-looking nimby-bimmy?
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, that are meant for... that are dreamt in your philosophy.
Who's this Horatio fella, huh? What are you on about?
Excuse me?
Eh? What now? Who are you now?
I'm sorry, it just looked as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, is a lawyer, you see.
Huh? A lawyer? What?
If I could be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I've studied English law.
Tisk! Fine. I'll be on my way for now today, but you mark my words. This ain't over yet!
The designs are so outlandish. Get thee to a nunnery.
Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you?
Who is this guy? Look at him!
Shakespearean-looking fellow.
I do hope you're not injured. Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you.
What is that all about?
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, that are dreamt of in your philosophy.
I'm not Horatio either.
Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here? In the Gyarados residence? Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode.
Maybe I should give him a more grandiose voice. Mr. Gyarados mentioned he had another lodger, didn't he? Must be this man. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the 1st floor?
Ah, yes, a gentleman named Natsume. Oh, more worthy of palmist in my battles of word ne'er could there be.
I'm really glad I studied Shakespeare. Oh, jeez. Sorry? Battle, did you say?
Who is stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night.
In fact, Macbeth's my favorite play. I see.
I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least. So fair, maiden. So good, gentlemen. I can tell you no longer. Very well.
I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room. It seems he's unaware of what happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. The Saseki-san and that man as lodgers, the Garida Pass is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go and find a carriage. Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly waiting our return. Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. There he is! 19th of February, 6:31 p.m., local prison, cell 9. Let's see if I remember his voice. Oh! It's you! You're here! You came! Welcome, student Mr. Nadahono Esquire! I can't believe you came back! I'm so touched! We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume. Oh, no, thinking nothing of it. Relax! If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing, Nipponies! I thank you for the head pat. Oh no, now let's not get carried away. Oh, I quite agree. Oh, there's nothing more reassuring than a familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand... Oh! It is their friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. He is so exaggerated. It's you! The miserable, rotten spy! Hairlock chokes! Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here? I have no intention of doing anything per se. Say, observing, of course. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Schultz? And having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home, to see how our divested friend is faring. Gloomful room? At least your accommodation here offers my window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight, and it cost me not a penny. Ah, you! How dare you, hairlock show! Is that a hairlock? I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life has been damned. Just waiting for the guy to go, sorry, godparents! He's a classic. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? He mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean. And there's much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. What? Mustache? What? Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say. For the man's lodgings, and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What's that supposed to mean? Let's talk to him. Cursed trial! Mr. Natsume, what do you mean by what you just said just now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed? Oh, no, why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away. That's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow? Are you referring to the prosecutor? Are you referring to the prosecutor? The Reaper of the Bailey? Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please tell me more!
surmised it succinctly in 16 salient words.
No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever.
Oh my goodness, can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly!
Yesterday, Mr. Naruto successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances. Mr. McGill did.
What? Now, I am impressed, Mr. Sato. You have an eye for detail.
Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us. Mr. Sholmes. Surely it can't have failed. It can't be that having failed to say that. Surely it can't be that having failed Sure it can't be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Van Zykes killed the man himself. Oh no, he couldn't have, surely.
You have some wonderful notions.
Sorry?
The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow.
Oh, yes. Why, of course he is. Yeah, baby swan, let's go.
Of course he is! Then why are you trying to scare me? It could be said, however, that the real truth about man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis.
What on earth do you mean by that? Dude's cursed. The Reaper the Bailey, it's still such a cool name.
Van Zykes is quite an exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. That's good.
Saseki looks like he's gonna cry tears of joy. He's so cute!
As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there's both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated.
Right.
Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage. But by any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling impostors as witnesses, and so on. By such underhand means, those who would want those who would want to are able to sway the jury. Which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail.
And it means the wrong verdict can be passed.
And sadly, it is from time to time, my dear madam, it is simply the reality of the situation.
I'm so good at reading. And that's all right?
However, those indicted by Lord Van Zykes cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed.
Oh my.
Though the abdication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear. It is most striking. Disappear? But how? By all means, by all manner of misfortune, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. The Thames. The River Thames. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever. Perhaps attacked by highwaymen. Oh, no. All examples of reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruto. I knew it. I'm dead, total, for the doom!
Cursed lodgings. When you said accursed lodgings before, you were referring to the room at Mr. Garradeb's house, I assume. Do you mean to say you believe the place is cursed?
It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain.
And I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in my head and myself.
That didn't take long then.
Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become very nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me all the time, from dawn to dusk. So I shut myself away in my room. But even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away.
So you must have been very lonely, having been away from your homeland for such a long time.
I've had to move a number of times. Most recently to that room on Briar Road about a week ago.
Yes, why did you choose there? Seems a little inconvenient.
The rent is cheap, so I have so little money it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." Oops. He quickly tried to cover up his mistake, but it was too late, so I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it. If not, don't mention it in the first place."
Yes, well said.
But it was true. It was all true.
You mean the room really is cursed then?
Ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I wake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. If only there was someone, just one person by my side. No one can find it in his or her heart to believe in me. No one? Really no one at all?
Oh, I believe in you. To believe. Yes. To believe. To believe. Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, me, Mr. Naruhodo. Pray, what can I do for you?
It's about the case on the SS Buria. Do you recall?
The Buria. Yeah, the Buria.
Ah, that case.
The one with the snake.
Well, yes. At that time, I was the suspect. You believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate.
I did I? Interesting.
What I want to know is, why? Why did you believe in me?
I see, yes. You mean... because you are a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found with the victim in a locked room?
Well, if you like, yes.
I'm a little surprised that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it.
But I could have been lying! Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little.
I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me.
What?
You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in.
What? What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Hello, hello! In the immortal words of Parappa the Rapper, you just gotta believe. Hello, dead man!
I make up my own mind about what it is to be believed and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned.
But I could have betrayed your trust!
In that case, I would have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion.
Meaning...
whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. Yes, he's right! He's right, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire!
Whether or not I can believe in myself. It's true, you gotta trust in yourself before you can trust in others.
defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his clients. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself.
Cosmo! You're so right, Cosmo. Oh?
Well, my dear fellows, it is time we're leaving, I believe.
Already?
Visiting hours are over. The guard will be here shortly to escort us out. There's a restaurant nearby that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me?
Oh dear. There's never enough time, is there? Mr. Natsume? If you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you.
Soon, Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire.
As I said, I'm only experienced in the British courtroom for the first time yesterday. And although the man I was representing was not found guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. Something crucial. What to believe in. The defendant, justice, or the truth. How to believe, even. But I think I finally worked it out. I decided I must believe in myself above all else. To trust my instincts. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. And it's imperative that we prove that in court.
Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire.
I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end with every weapon I have available to me. So I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow.
As I said when we first met, I'd like to address my faith to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue.
Of course, Mr. Natsume.
It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was, in many ways, made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it.
Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end. Miss Sasato? Yes? Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court? Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant. The shocking events of yesterday's trial will still weigh heavy on my mind. But it's time to stop looking backward. Cosmo believed in me, and Mr. Sholmes believes in me now too. So it's time. Time that I learned to believe in myself. Saseki-san has no one. He's all alone, so it's my job to help him, to fight in his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster. To be continued. Ho ho. Let's see. Let's take a quick water break. How are we all feeling? You feel like this is a good place to head off, or do we want to keep going for a little longer? Because if y'all are sleepy, I understand. If y'all like the suspense, I can appreciate that. I do value your input. Seriously, I'm kind of like, yeah, more trial, more intrigue. Let's go. Let's go. 20th of February, I'm excited for Edmonds' decisions to be my checklist. We've decided we're going. Woo! 20th of February, 19 7:23 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Who's ready to see our scary prosecution friend? Well, I never expected this. Who'd have thought we'd be back here again so soon? We've been here more than we've been in a cozy place to stay. We are here on a study tour of Great Britain with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. In order to research the latest court procedures here, we need as much court experience as possible. Oh yes, I suppose that's true, but for the person in the dock, it may well be his or her one and only time in court, so it could be life-changing. And in which case, treating it as research may be a little crass. Oh, when you put it like that, you're quite right.
Good morning! Oh, he has not slept!
Mr. Natsume, good morning. Oh dear, are you alright? Your eyes are terribly bloodshot.
The early bird catches the worm, as they say here in Great Britain.
Yes, I've heard that expression.
I really don't want to catch a worm. So I tried desperately not to wake up early, but I was so worried I couldn't catch a wink. And now I'm absolutely exhausted as a result.
Do all literary people take things so, literally? He's just like me, for real, for real! Thank you for putting your faith in us today, Mr. Natsume.
Mm-hmm. I wish I had 9 lives! My whole future hangs in the balance! I'm too terrified to tremble!
He's trembling. Really? Because I can feel your tremors through the floor.
I can't do this! I can't take it! Although, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Yes?
I caught a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. It looked like the opening night of the opera, which there were so many people. I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London.
Oh, neither did I. Reaper the Bailey, people want to see it. Do you know why that might be, Mrs. Sato? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I have no idea. So all that all-knowing look on your face is just a coincidence, then, is it?
Don't hide the truth from me. It's because of the Reaper, isn't it?
Lord Van Dykes!
Is that right, Mrs. Sato?
I purchased as many different newspapers as I could to find this morning, and yes, Lord Van Dykes is on the front page of every one.
I knew it!
Sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, he'd stopped appearing in the court, it seems. It's been several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday. Yes, Inspector Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? There he is! Mr. Vampire Man! The trial 2 days ago marked Lord Van Dykes' return to the courtroom after a very long hiatus. And the trial of Magnus McGilded. What a harrowing experience that was. Tell them my water bottle. Mr. Saseki's voice is a little taxing, but it's fun, so I'm not gonna stop. I believe that appearance had made even greater waves here in the capitals than today. But we wouldn't have realized, of course, having only just arrived in the country. Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon for what appears to be a mundane murder? That's the question the papers are asking, and they're all speculating various answers.
Mundane! Mundane! The most significant saga of the century to some of us!
Oh dear, I meant no offense, Mr. Natsume, but that is how the papers are describing it.
Well, lest we forget the fact that it could spark an international incident. Obviously, the appearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught some people's attention. And there's another blatant similarity with the trial of 2 days ago.
Yes, I agree.
Locum student of Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. It's you!
Me? Well, I suppose that's true.
Both times, it is you who stands against this legendary prosecutor. It can only mean that you're friends with the Reaper! Please, I don't rub shoulders with Deathbringers!
I'm afraid that there's really only one other explanation. It can only be another example, Miss Naruhodo, of your uncommon bad luck.
Thanks for that. Oh, it's just my luck. Why am I being represented by a man with such frail fortune?
Hey, speak for yourself!
By the least lucky lawyer alive!
Well, let's not forget that it was you, Mr. Natsume, who asked me to represent you. Jerk. Yes, it's true. I'm just a student new to London with little in the way of experience or skills. Or luck. But I promise you this. I will fight through your corner till the bitter end. And I believe in you, Mr. Natsume.
Oh, benevolent welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo.
At least do something about your eyes, buddy. You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsume. Whatever happens, we will always be on your side.
Oh, benevolent law non-locum assistant Miss Mikatoba Esquiress. I am in your debt forever. I shall never forget this great kindness. As long as I love Mr. Natsume, counsel for the defense. Court is in session is about to begin. Kindly make your way to the courtroom at once.
I'm having a blast with these voices. All right, Mr. Natsume, it's time. Let's go.
Yes!
This is it. My second appearance in a British courtroom. My second trial against the Reaper. If I had a nickel for every time I stepped into a British courtroom against the Reaper, I'd have 2 nickels. Which is not a lot, but it's weird it's happened twice. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. He's fine. He's still off the boat. Because this time, I won't let my faith waver. I'll believe in my client to the last. Just like you believed in me. I believe I can do this. Oh, sorry. I believe I can do this now. I'm ready for this fight. Let's pop in. Let's crack in, everybody. 20th of February, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Haha. Jeez, Ryunosuke, stop talking like he's dead. He's just pulling the most insane prank of all time. Yeah. Best prank. Ooh! Hey!
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this courtroom to be in session. I now call upon the counsels of the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to participate.
I've decided this man's gonna have the most insane inflections. Why? Because I think it's hilarious. I'm sorry.
The prosecution is fully prepared, my lord.
The defense is ready, my lord.
This nerd. The Nipponese are truly a fascinating breed.
Sorry, what?
Lord Stronghout told me all about you. That you are a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago, a mere amateur.
Do you have a point?
Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try and help the accused, I suppose. A typical Nipponese arrogance.
Hey!
Jerk.
Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description. Didn't even have time to change out of his PJs. He's still locked up in his blankie! Susato-san. After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent. He's doing it again, y'all! Stop drinking in the courtroom!
Very true. And a most fascinating if dark trial it was, too. The tragic conclusion came later, of course. Here's to the acquitted and his unfortunate, violent end.
Jeez! I mean, yeah, the dude totally had it coming, but dude! It's dark. Hey, wait a second! I recognize 2 of these witnesses.
Thank you, counsels. I see both sides are in fine fettle. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in the court as impartial members of the public?
You never know when you might be down on your luck, but I believe in fair play for everyone. Is that guy?
Now, I must warn you, I'm rather more ruthless than I appear.
Oh, well, not me. What you see is what you get. I'm a peace-loving fellow.
I'm afraid to say, I think it's quite possible that moustache foreign eyes did deep.
Come on, what are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Oh, well, let us proceed. Your opening statement, if you will, Lord Van Dykes. Very recently, Great Britain signed an alliance with the rising power of the Far East. The accused in the dock today is a student from the same lab, a certain Mr. Saseki Nasane. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes,
That's a little,
regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, the student is accused of the most sinister act.
Stop doing that! There's so much OSHA violations! Of plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street. A knife crime? Tell you from British experience, those are the worst bloody oath they are.
just look at the solid complexion and short stature. He's one of those dreadful Japanese. Excuse you!
Come on, let's get this over with. Me now, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Pray, forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hallowed chalice here in the great chamber.
Dude, you're gonna do it like 7 other times this session, alright? Can you imagine if he just threw it into the crowd behind him?
Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please.
It's him!
Your name and occupation, please. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, a detective inspector of Scotland Yard. Would you please surmise the events of the case in court of the case for the court, Inspector? The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of an Olive Green.
Oh, she's cute!
I beg your pardon, thought to be. Yes, having been stabbed in the back by an attacker's knife, the victim fell unconscious.
I guess he's Australian now.
It was 3 days ago now, and she's been comatose ever since.
What? So they don't even know who she is for sure?
Comatose, I see. But her life is not in danger. Fortunately for the Eastern students, the charge will not be murder. Pray elaborate on the details, Inspector. Sir, if I could ask everyone in to look at the street map. As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago, around 5 in the afternoon. It happened on the pavement, running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles. It had not long since stopped snowing, as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street. Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Luckily, the lady's life was spared, and she's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. Being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course. This is the case file with everything we know about the victim so far. Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept the documents as evidence, if you please.
I'm having way too much fun with this dude's voice. The case file has been entered into the court record.
And what sorry. What of the weapon that was used? Sir, I have it here. It was removed from the victim's back.
Ouch. That big thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the street now.
With a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman.
Even the spragged-looking Soseki-san, I suppose. Yeah, you do need to have some force to stab, but if your knife is sharp enough...
A common old garden jackknife would, I would say. Rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts the blade as evidence.
Jackknife has been entered into the court record.
Now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume?
From what we can tell by looking at the woman's positions, it seems like she's a poor student herself. I don't imagine she would have anything much worth pinching, my lord.
I see. So in that case, are we looking at some deep-seated resentment towards the victim?
I'm afraid I couldn't say. Apart from visiting second-hand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Artmity, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim.
Yes!
Yes, you're right!
If theft and grievance have been ruled out as a motive, what reason would Mr. Natsume possibly have for stabbing the young woman? Yet you arrested the man in spite of that.
In a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way, might I add.
Objection!
Objection! Ah! He just threw it into the audience! I love this game! This is the best game ever!
Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging a freshly uncorked bottle into the public gallery. But it's just
You think you hit anybody?
but your words have soured talent. For it is you, my learned friend, who is being heavy-handed here.
What?
Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponese student.
Yes, sir. No, I just fucking... The riz on this guy. I'm sorry. That wasn't cute at all. Kawaiiku nai yo. Kawaiiku nakatta yo. Mr. Natsume's... Sorry, I'm still giggling about it.
As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred, and there was an unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good and there was no one else around but the victim and the accused. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and they subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Those being a number of old books he'd just bought. He was on his way home from the bookshop, it seems. It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to, and we found the bloke to arrest him. Your books, you say? Yes, my lord. I've a photograph here of the scene of the crime immediately after the incident.
Goodness.
Ah, yes, I can clearly see the books to which you are referring. I will take that photographic print as evidence, please, Inspector.
The crime scene photograph has been entered into the court record.
You Nipponese are a spineless breed, too cowardly to admit defeat.
Dude! Dude! Being a little much there. There's no blood. There's a book. There's a hat. There's a book. There's a bag. There's a book. There's some snow. There's some more snow. There's some more snow over here. There's some more snow over here. Why have we not given any characters that accent? Let's see the case file. Young woman rendered unconscious following a stab wound. Olive green, female, stout build, early 20s. Pavement from Briar Road, east side. Rolly beat. Victim remains unconscious. Her name was gleaned from her personal effects. Other details are unknown. Apart from a single stab wound from a large knife, no other signs of injury were observed. The assailant was seen running away from the reporting officer and was successfully arrested the following day. Alright, and that's the second-hand books. And we got the name. There's no... Oh! Tip been broken off.
Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. It just at the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing.
You're right. Well spotted, Mrs. Sato.
I wonder what could have happened to it.
Yes. You don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you?
Oh dear, I do hope not. That sounds terribly painful.
There's a little thing there, a little divot. Oh, that's how you close it. Now nothing worth noting there. Cool. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I had all the evidence.
Denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary.
Well,
Forgive me, Lauren Van Zykes, but the defendant is not denying everything, as you put it.
What are you doing, Mrs. Sato?
You go on.
Mr. Natsume has admitted to playing some part in this incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, now that you mention it, when we visited him in the prison yesterday, he did tell us what had happened.
As I was walking along the accursed pavement, I would take out my soul... make it a soul silhouette of another and me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was. And just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let a little scream and collapsed under the cold, hard slab stones at my feet. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs could carry me back to my cursed lodgings. A green overcoat. Oh, that's exactly what the woman in the print is wearing. Oh my! Photographic print in full color. What in the world? What will the world come up with next?
The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean he's guilty of the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back.
There was nobody else there at the time, just the two of them, the victim and the accused. In other words, there's nobody else who could have possibly stabbed the woman. In the fact that the accused concedes. It seems this cross-examination could prove to be pivotal, counsel. Proceed, please.
Yes, my lord! Nothing for it. Have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. It's our only chance. Cross-examination with the really cool stained glass. Mr. Natsume's arrest.
Well, I said it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred and there was unusually light fog.
Let's press that so you can get some details. A light fog, you say?
Well, like London. You can see the opposite side of the street for once. Not much farther, though.
That's light, is it?
Around these parts, yes. Not something I'd expect a Japanese fellow like yourself to know, of course.
I've heard that London is famous for its fog. But in my country, people usually imagine that gives the city a rather beautiful appearance.
How quaint. Yes, well, it's not something us Londoners tend to romanticize, as I expect you can appreciate.
I see.
At this time of year, the fog causes a large number of accidents, especially when it's heavy. Sometimes you can't even see your hand and the end of your arm.
Indeed. The other day, I was very nearly trampled by horses before I could see the carriage they were pulling.
Sasato and I should definitely remember to stop, look, and listen.
However, on the day that it concerned us, the fog was somewhat lighter than usual. A fact that no doubt lamented by the accused. Visibility was reasonably good, so that there was no one else around but the victim and the accused.
Hold it!
How are you able to state that with any certainty?
Quite simply, my learned friend, because that is what the witnesses to this crime have told us.
So there were witnesses? Yes, Inspector Gregson mentioned the witnesses yesterday, didn't he? That's right. One of them is a policeman, I believe, from Scotland Yard.
That is correct, ma'am.
Then we must hear their testimony.
The prosecution will, of course, call them to the stand, should it be necessary.
But wait a minute. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of winter, it would have been dark already. No matter how light the fog might have been, no one could have seen.
I'm unaware of the situation on your tiny island in the east. But here in the capital city of Great Britain, all main roads are illuminated by light, at night by gas. All main roads are illuminated in the night by gas streetlights.
You gotta over-enunciate to get the word out.
The prosecution believes it could have been ample light. There would have been ample light by which to witness the crime.
Quite here in London, for the first time in history, mankind has completely conquered the darkness.
Which means we really need to hear those witness statements. If I could just get through the fog and this cross-examination, maybe we'll be able to...
It seems the counsel for the defense is taking stock. Continue your testimony, Inspector. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement.
Hold it!
From behind, you say?
That's right. As you can see from this print.
Yes, quite so, Inspector. The handle of the weapon is clearly protruding from the victim's back. And you say this poor woman, Miss Green, remains in critical condition, comatose, no less.
I'm afraid so, my lord. Yes, she's been treating at Bart's. I was hoping that she'd come around before the trial starts so I could take a statement, but it wasn't to be.
Yes, that is indeed a pity. It would have been most illuminating to hear the victim's own account of the events.
Luck is on your client's side, it seems.
On the contrary, my kind has been exceedingly unlucky.
Your force of tone is seriously undermined by those disturbingly wide eyes, I'm afraid.
What?
The accused ran off scattering his belongings all over the floor.
Hold it!
Mr. Natsume's belongings?
I think you'll find it's all in the photographic print of the crime scene.
Yes, the 3 books on the floor.
That's right, my lord. Second-hand books as they were, irreparably damaged after falling in the snow, of course. The accused could have easily carried all 3 books in one hand, which means his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example.
He's very clever, isn't he? What do you mean? He's made it extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsume has his hands full with his books. He's managed to close the one avenue of escape we might have had before we knew it was even there. Oh, he's smart.
You mean to say that the defendant was holding his belongings as he thrust the knife into the woman's back?
Must have been what happened, my lord, yes.
I doubt it, Fee.
There's been a number of old books he just bought. He's on his way home from the bookshop, it seems.
Hold it!
What are the books? The defendant apparently visits a second-hand bookshop on a daily basis.
Yes, so I understand. A shop full of old English literature. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his scholarly attention. The bloke's room was stacked floor to ceiling with those musty old books.
Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector?
Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid. The closest second-hand bookshop is to the accused's belongings lodging is this place here, Bourbon Books. Little place on the corner of Briar Road and Meerschaum Street. Meerschaum.
I'm sorry, I got a little carried away with that one. You ever just say a word until it turns to taffy?
As it happens, the accused is currently living in his lodgings on the other side of Briar Road on the opposite end. Which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. Something like this.
The local map's information has been updated for the court record.
Yes, I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. The defendant would certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home in that particular shop.
Mr. Naruhodo, I think what the inspector just told us could turn out to be of vital importance. Yes, I agree. Most important point that the inspector just made being the bookshop's location. The crucial detail what you've just told the court inspector is the location of the bookshop.
Couldn't agree more.
So, where is it exactly?
Eh? Oh, you winding me up, sunshine. Just explain that. Got a map out and everything. Use my red blooming ink. I drew the bloke's route home drawing for you.
And I distinctly remember seeing you not long, Counsel.
Oh, yes, of course. Must have been so nervous I didn't take it in.
The blunder of the day goes to you, my learned friend.
Wow, thanks. No, not yet. Trial's only just begun. Mr. Naruhodo, I would strongly advise you to look carefully through the court record at this stage. I'm on it. Oops. I'm on it. Let's see if there's anything here. East side of Briar Road. Uh-huh. Do we get to... I am looking at the court record. I am looking. Mm-hmm. You guys see that? You guys see that? So what's this bookshop called, guys? What's this bookshop called? Bourbon Books. And what is the name of this what's the name on this receipt? Your Books. Haha. Yes, miss, at once. I can't believe I noticed that. Made a mistake, miss.
Inspector, continue with your testimony, please.
It was just a matter of working out who the boats belonged to. We found the bloke to arrest him.
Hold it!
Press! Hey, no worry, Lecter! Thank you!
You asked for the help of a famous detective, Herlock Sholmes, to locate the defendant, I believe.
Stuff and nonsense. Sorry? That jack in office, that busybody, comes and sticks his horn whether we ask him to or not.
But according to what I have here, Mr. Sholmes was shown the scene by Scotland Yard detectives.
Now, that was nothing to do with me. The lads on the scene must have done it without my permission. I tell them it's time to get left if something happens, send word to headquarters. And follow your blooming instructions.
I see.
And that man gets his hands on any details, we'll all be reading it in Rant's magazine next month. And you can bet your less far than that I'll be in there too. Stripped all my hard work in the case.
Yes, Mr. Sholmes. No, Mr. Sholmes. Aren't you clever, Mr. Sholmes?
That's all the thanks I'll be getting. Inspector, if the man is proving detrimental to the yard's activities, perhaps I should step in and deal with him. You gonna murder him? Ah!
It appears Inspector Backseating is lost for words. Yes, the Reaper's words carry a lot of weight, obviously.
Anyway, the point is this: that little Japanese bloke already admitted it. He admitted all those books all over the pavement at the scene were the ones he bought that day.
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? If you're unable to sway the jury during this cross-examination, I'm afraid that Mr. Matsune's fate will be sealed? Yes, they're sure to find him guilty. So one way or another, I have to expose an undeniable inconsistency in the inspector's testimony. Alright, I think I know which one we need to go to. I think it was it? I think we need to press them here.
Objection!
No, I screwed up. There's clearly something odd about the last statement made by the witness. Oh, good. I'm gonna try and be ready for that.
There's clearly something odd here indeed. Your behavior, counsel.
Damn it! Oh,
Please don't mind me.
That would be significantly easier if you would lower your hand.
I won't be lowering my hand until I prove my client. That is it!
as long as it's quite quick. Okay, maybe I should press him.
Hold it!
Hold it. Let's see. So I understand chock-full English literature. Commend the accused. Blah 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 blah. Book's room is stacked floor ceiling with his musty old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? Oh, this is a new scene.
Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look on the street map again, I'm afraid. The closest second-hand bookshop to the accused lodgings is this place, Bourbon Books. Can I... No! A place on the corner of Briar Road and Meerschaum Street. Is it that the accused is currently living in the lodgings here?
Oh, you know, we have read this one. Something like this. Maybe, do I have to, like, select something? I don't think I can. I don't suppose I can... Nope, can't do anything there. But that wasn't. The bookshop's name! Inspector Grayson, may I ask you a favor?
What?
would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. We figured it out, everybody. We're so smart. Maybe. Oh, well, you know. I mean, yes. It could be a very important clue.
Oh well, not that I can see it being of any great significance. But please revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector.
Yes, sir, my lord. Whatever you say.
Could the man be any more sardonic? Here we go. Let's present.
Objection!
Objection! If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson.
What is it, sunshine of a busy man, you know?
This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 second-hand books.
And you found that in the accused room, did you?
Yes, but the point is not where this receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it.
Go on.
The receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books.
Your books? Y-O-R-E, I presume.
Yes, my lord. So Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand shop that day. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books.
Eh? What?
Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop?
Yes, sir. Yours bookshop is another second-hand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that, well, it's such a small place. I didn't think the accused would have known about it.
Objection!
But in fact, that is the bookshop which the defendant visited the day in question. And this receipt proves it.
Objection!
Yes, but what difference it makes. Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis.
Objection!
Objection! I disagree. I mean, after all, I have a street map here if that might be of help. Oh, yes! Thank you! Have a look at this, please. If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, then yes, he would most certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, if we take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Your Books, it may very well turn out he wouldn't have passed the location at all.
Could that be true?
My, it rather depends on where this other bookshop is, but I do declare it is a possibility.
Is that right, Mr. Lawyer? What you just said?
Absolutely. It absolutely could be right.
Inspector Gregson, where's this yours book establishment?
Well, obviously we looked into that. Turns out Your Books is... Ooh! Just here on the next corner of Meerschaum Street going east.
Local Maps information has been updated in the court record. And there you have it. As you can clearly see now. Oh. Where did you get these? I just noticed the wine label has little Grim Reaper signs on it.
My learned D-Pony's friend is over there saying training to be a clown, the way he regales us with such witticisms. To your future career in the circus.
Shut up! Ah, you put that glass down now, I'll put it down for you. I love her.
I didn't think I need to spill out of here, but here we go. If the accused was coming up from Your Books instead of Bourbon Books, there's no doubt he still would have passed the place and the victim was stabbed.
Could have gone the other way.
Yes, thank you, Inspector.
Ah. Wait! We have evidence to prove that he probably didn't go down that way because it's a main road. He doesn't like being seen. He's paranoid. He takes the longer way or the less public way.
Allow me to reiterate for my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponi's friend.
You weak class, you baby. Oh, you're not supposed to do that.
Whether the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. Whatever, you have a mullet! Ah! As I suspected, you can't fool me. I don't suggest you try. What I say, I've had enough of this now.
Beg your pardon. Terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that?
Mr. Naruto, we mustn't give up. What do you mean? If the prosecution's assertion is correct, the members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. Ah, she's absolutely right. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. They claim Saseki must have passed the location of the incident on his way home from your books, but raise an objection. The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. We'll get to a good stopping point in a moment, everybody, and then we will head on to Sianna. If you want to go now, please go now. Now's your time. She live, baby. Go, go, go. Oh, I got an alarm going off.
Explain yourself, counselor.
Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from your books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between two places. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked.
Objection!
Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that that route is commonly referred to as the long way around. Ah. In a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take the longer route home? Well, the answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings, and the previous perpetrator is the obvious perpetrator of the crime. I got perpetrator and obvious mixed up to get previous.
Objection!
Objection! But, aha! Yes, I've got it! Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took. I've already informed the court the accused's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection. That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. Says he doesn't remember whether or not which route he took. Says he doesn't remember whether he was or which route he took home. Where he was, everyone, where? I don't believe this! I thank you, my learned friend. Come on, get to a good natural stopping point. And I suggest we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Pray, what say you, insightful jurors? No. But even if that's the case, the defense still... Hold it! Oh. Uh-oh. I agree with Lord Van Zykes. Wholeheartedly and in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean... we members of the jury are completely convinced now.
Very well, in that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court.
Guilty!
Oh!
Guilty.
Oh!
Guilty!
Oh!
Guilty!
Oh!
Guilty!
Oh!
Guilty!
Was he Irish? Did I get it wrong? No!
It would appear that Joey's leaning is unanimous.
And I think that is a very dramatic point to end off on. Forgive the drama of it all, Polterguests. Let's head back to the chat, shall we? Here, let me just... There we go. Alright, everybody. I think this is a good stopping point for today. So, next up is Sianna. She's doing some really good art on YouTube. Let's get that link going. Alright. Get a poker party right going. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Woo, 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 woo! Now go, have some artistic fun. I will be seeing you guys in the next one. In the meantime, I have been your ghostess with the mostest guilty convictions, signing off. またゆれとおやすみ。